I hereby summon all my imps. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. And today I wanted to do a kind of an interesting what if scenario here. And it was basically the two biggest problems with Marvel Snap right now, and how adding 2 buttons to the game could fix these problems. The first button that we're going to talk about is this one up here, which I'm going to call the fire button. And basically what the fire button would do is it would allow you to turn on and off hot locations. One of the biggest problems that's currently bugs Marvel Snap players are hot locations. You know, there are people who legitimately do not want to play on Wednesday or on Sunday due to hot locations. And if you had a button that you could hit to turn them on and off, then the people who wanted to opt out of the hot locations could. And the people who wanted to opt into them could. And what that would allow you to do is allow you to keep those hot locations up and running. You know, you can have the new location run for 48 hours still. You could have locations run on Saturday and Sunday that are hot locations. You could have a different location per day that was even a hot location. I don't hate the hot locations, that's the thing. I actually like the hot locations. To me, it's a fun and interesting way of doing it. And I would hate for Marvel Snap to get rid of that just because some people don't like it. But I also get that some people are trying to grind. And that some people do like them at all. And you got to accept that certain people won't like those hot locations. And this button would basically just fix that, because if you don't like the hot location, turn it off. If you do like the hot location, keep it on. And that way you can have interesting stuff where it's like, hey, I want to play the hot location right now. You could have the hot location last for like 3-4 days if you wanted to. Instead of just for 24 hours, you know. You could really be like, hey, you know, do you want to farm the hot location? Because I'm sure there's people who would like to do the opposite and actually farm the hot location. There's been a couple times where the location's been a good location for me on a Sunday. And I've sat there and went, hey, I know the perfect deck to run on this. And it kind of is weird to take away that from the people who enjoy it. Plus, it would keep down some of the reliability. I'm not sure that's the correct one I want to do. The meta that would exist. You know, you could see somebody playing a strange deck. You could have somebody be like, hey, today is gonna be Death's Domain. Here's the deck that you want to run for Death's Domain. You know, and then the next day you could have Miniaturized Lab. You know, and that could be interesting for somebody to sit there and go, hey, I want to play Miniature Lab right now. That's going to help me climb the ladder. You know who had a hard time playing Miniature Lab? You know, Thanos. So that's going to help me out. Or, you know, who had a hard time playing Death's Domain? You know, Thanos. I don't dislike the idea of of having unique locations and having those run for a time. The thing is that, again, certain people aren't going to like that, certain people aren't going to want it. And if you're one of those people who don't like it, don't want it, then it's really hard for you to sit there and say, hey, I want to play right now. But this button would be the button that would fix that. It looks like a piece of flame, so that way you know it's a hot location. And this is where it would fit right on the phone, so you get plenty of space for it to exist. It's a very simple design because I figured the simpler that I made it, the simpler it would be for everybody to read exactly what it was. You know, you could put something on there that said hot location or something else like that. I mean, I literally made this in 22 seconds. I'm sure somebody who has a better graphics design could get this, better looking and maybe even get it smaller and put it in a better spot. But this location is perfectly fine to be a clickable location on a phone. And the other one that I wanted to talk about is this one over here, which I'm just going to call Ice or Frost. What Ice or Frost would do is it would simply make it so that you would freeze your locations. Freeze where you are on the track right now. Which basically means that if I hit this button, I would be stuck at 78, which is where I am right now. That's where I am right now. With 3 cubes. Which means I could play 100 games, I could play 1,000 games, I could play 1,000,000 games, and I'm gonna still be ranked 78 with 3 cubes. And what that would do is that would make it so that you had the ability to do quests when you needed to get the quest done for the day. Or if you just wanted to play a fun deck, you wouldn't have to worry about wrecking your cube count. And I know that, Second Dinner has talked in the past about how they want to value the cube. But why is it that you don't value the cube over 100? If I hit level 100, if I go infinite, I can basically waste as many cubes as I want to, as many cubes as I need to. If I lose a cube if I hit 100, and then I lose a cube, I don't go back down to 99, I still stay at 100. And you can say, oh, then you're going to have people who are going to be cube donators, and you're going to have people who will just throw games and stuff like that. But that's already happening at level 100. You have people who legitimately throw games at 100. And you can say, well, then you're just making a casual game mode. But you're not making a casual game mode. You're making a mode that you can still collect boosters on. Because when you hit 100, you can farm as much as you want on 100 and collect boosters. So let the people still collect their boosters from doing this. Because if you take away the ability for somebody to even collect boosters off this, nobody's going to play this. And the reason I know nobody's going to play this is because Hearthstone has a casual mode. And nobody plays the casual mode in Hearthstone. You can go into Hearthstone right now and go and play casual all day, every day. And you can't even complete quests in there. And maybe that'll be the difference with Marvel Snap. But the thing is that even with casual existing, and there being no title, and no coins, and no anything else in Hearthstone's casual, you still see people who play the most meta decks out there. Because there's always somebody who wants to win. And just imagine playing a game of Marvel Snap and seeing somebody snap on you And you're thinking in the back of your head, now did this person snap because they have the cards? Or did this person snap because they hit the freeze button? Imagine the mind games that runs on you. Do they have it, or am I playing against somebody who's frozen and doesn't care? And, I mean, it's a simple on-off switch that you can do. And again, I'm not a programmer. I've never programmed in my life. I have no idea how much this would talks to or take time to get these two buttons up and running. But by putting these two buttons in, you would allow so many more people to play how they want to play. To sit there and go, hey, right now, I feel like playing a hot location, and I don't feel like wasting my cubes. So you turn on both. You say, hot location's on, freeze my cubes on. Hey, I feel like playing a hot location, and I think I can win them. Okay, we'll turn hot locations on. We'll turn freeze off. Hey, I don't like the hot locations, but I want to play something else right now, but I don't feel like wasting my cubes. You turn off the hot location, you turn on the freeze. Hey, I don't like the hot locations and I just want to grind. You turn off the hot location, you turn off the freeze. I mean, it's the easiest solution to this problem. And again, I don't know why I'm the person who's thinking of this or if other people have thought about this before. But these two buttons would fix so much of the complaints that you get with Marvel Snap right now. And it would allow you to have hot locations every single day. You could even have hot locations more than once per day if you wanted to. You could have a location that lasted for an entire week and not feel bad about it. You know, imagine somewhere down the road where you're like, hey, we want to do something where it's death is coming for everybody. So for an entire week, Death's domain is going to be up there. From Tuesday to Tuesday, Death's domain is going to be up there. If you have this button, anybody could sit there and go, okay, I don't want to play Death's domain. Turn off the hot location. I mean, it would still show up every once in a while because it doesn't stop it from showing up, period. But it would allow it to show up as often as it shows up when it's not a hot location. You know, this would allow you to do stuff like that. The number of times I have not felt like playing this game because I'm at a weird point in my grind up the ladder. And I even look at my missions and I go, why did I get the mission to play 10 1-drop cards? Now I'm going to have to blow 2, maybe 3 cubes just getting that mission done. Because the deck that I normally run doesn't run a single 1-drop in it. Hit the freeze button. You know, you just want to play something fun for yourself. You're tired of running the meta for a while. Hit the freeze button. You know, get out of that track of running the meta. Maybe you'll see somebody who runs something interesting on the board. And you'll play against somebody and you'll be like, hey, that was an interesting deck and it beat me. Maybe I'll play that. it allows you to have that braving room, that influx of interesting decks. You know, that's it, 2 buttons. One for hot locations, one for freezing yourself. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. And as always, remember, play for fun.